Hello, everyone, and welcome to my stream of the NBA draft. The number one pick was Victor Wembanyama by the Spurs. The Charlotte Hornets have the next pick. I hope Charlotte does not take Wemby. They can't take Wemby. Never mind. Give me a second. Apologize for that. Now we can get back to talking. Wembanyama goes number one. That was no surprise. I like the number one pick, Wembanyama. I think that was a good pick for San Antonio. I don't know who's going to go number two. Could be Scoot Henderson, which would not be a smart pick for the that would not be a good pick for Charlotte because they have LaMelo Ball. I think they should take either Brandon Miller or Jarris Walker with the number two pick. And that's just what I think the number two pick should be. The Hornets have 3 minutes to decide who's going to be their pick. Number one picks by the Spurs. 1987, they took the Admiral, David Robinson. They need bench depth. The Hornets need bench depth, a starting shooting guard, and a backup point guard. And they have 2 first-round picks. I can see him going one of two ways. They could either take one of the Thompson twins or Cason Wallace from Kentucky, or they could take take Brandon Miller. Maybe Jet Howard goes here. That I doubt, because Jet Howard, I don't see Jet Howard going in the top 5, but I could be wrong. He could go in the top 5. He could go here. Pick is in for the Hornets. Let's see who they're going to take. Victor Wembanyama will be a game changer for San Antonio Spurs day one on both ends of the floor. Pat McAfee, Victor Wembanyama is so talented that we could fill in the gaps around him and contend for a title. That's from Pat McAfee on Twitter. Let's see who the pick is for Charlotte. Correction, I said point guard. They need a starting small forward and starting power forward. And I could see Brandon Miller being the pick here. Let's see if I'm right. Or it could be Cam Whitmore or Taylor Hendricks. Those are three forwards that I could see the Hornets taking with this pick. Or maybe Juris Walker from Houston. We'll have to wait and see. The pick is in. The remaining picks for Charlotte, they have one more in the first round, which is at the end of the first round, number 27. And then they have 2 second-round picks. But they could probably trade back into the first round if they wanted to. I'm sorry, but so anticlimactic. Wemby knew he was going to be the first pick, and he goes out here and it's not really throwing a fit, but it's more of he looks all surprised that he's the number one pick. I'm going to give you 3 names that I think the Hornets are taking it to. It's one of these 3 guys. Oh, never mind. Here's the pick. The Hornets select. Charlotte Hornets select Brandon Miller, Ford, Alabama. I was right. I said it was either going to be Jarace Walker, Cam Whitmore, or Brandon Miller. And it was Brandon Miller. Now, the interesting part starts. And it's number 3, Portland. I like the pick for Charlotte. It's a good pick. You needed a starting 4. A 3. Miller can play the 3 or 4. I watched some of his games at Alabama. Good point producer. He's a good scorer. Decent on defense. He's dynamic in transition. Which, Charlotte, you're getting a good one. I think you're really going to like him. Now, again, there's 3 avenues the Trailblazers could get. 1, they could make the pick here at 3. 2 is they could trade the pick and get a player that's bona fide and ready, and a bona fide superstar to pair up with Dame and Anthony Simons. Or 3, they could trade Damian Lillard and recoup more picks and probably get some players in return for Damian Lillard. He led all Division I freshmen in points, did Brandon Miller. The biggest bust in NBA history was taken by the Charlotte Hornets in 2012 out of Kentucky, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And now they've taken Brandon Miller at number 2 in the draft. He's a half-court playmaker. And the Trailblazers are now on the clock. They could go, like I said, they have 3 avenues they could go. door number one is you make the pick, and you take a rookie. The Trailblazers also have 2 first-round picks. The second avenue is you trade the pick for a guy to put around Dame and Anthony Simons. And the third avenue is you trade Damian Lillard and try to see you'll recoup you'll get a big haul back for him. But I just don't know obviously there's going to be a bunch of teams that want him, but it's just a question of, do they have the salary cap? Do they have the cap space to take him? And we're waiting. The pick is in for the Trailblazers. We wait. Portland finished with a 39-49 record last year. They have the third pick, which is right now, and then they have the 23rd pick, which is later in the first round, and then 2 seconds. They're looking for a defensive identity in a starting front court. We might have a trade. Portland Trailblazers. Draft with third pick. Trade third pick for Star to pair with Lillard. Or the third option, behind door number 3, is trade Damian Lillard for a package of picks and players. And I think we're about to see what Portland's going to do with the third pick. And here is Adam Silver. Commissioner Adam Silver with the pick. Scoot Henderson from the NBA G League Ignite goes to guard. Scoot Henderson goes to the Trailblazers at 3. I don't necessarily, my opinion, I think they should have traded the pick. But I'm not the GM of Portland. I thought Portland should have traded the pick for a superstar, but if they feel like Scoot Henderson can help them, then I suppose that's how it goes. But I apologize. I stepped away for 2 seconds. Scoot Henderson, like I said a minute ago, I don't necessarily like the pick, but at least he didn't go to my Magic. Henderson is ultra competitive. creates off penetration, and he's a dynamic scorer. I watched a few of his G League games. For the G League Ignite. I do think he's got a bright future in the NBA, but I don't know. I don't think he starts. I think he's gonna come off the bench unless you're Portland and you want to do a 3 guard. Because Jeremy Grant, don't get me wrong, he's a good NBA player, but I don't think he's a starter anymore in the NBA. I think he comes off the bench. For those of you wondering how long I'm going to be on for, I'm probably only going to stay on the first 15 picks. The lottery. I'm probably going to stay on till the first, 15. Let's do first 15 picks, and then I'll give my full reaction to the rest of the draft tomorrow. The 4th pick belongs to the Houston Rockets. I'm going to say they need a starting point guard. This is maybe where a guy like Cason Wallace goes. Because you already got your starting 2 and your starting 3 and Jalen Green and Jabari Smith Jr. But who knows where this goes? Who they take? Let's see. Update from the Rays game. It is 2-2 in the top of the 7th inning. Make it 3-2 Kansas City on a home run by Drew Waters. The 5th home run of the year for Drew Waters. And here we go. Back to the NBA draft. The Rockets team timeline hired Ime Udoka as the head coach. They're selecting in the top 5 for the 3rd straight year. Projected $60 million in cap space, most in the NBA. And the rumors are they're going to try to go after James Harden. Actually, I'm cutting the stream. Thank y'all. Have a good night.